I'm sitting in for Charlie Bryant tonight to give you the report on the Planning Commission's actions at its last meeting on July 23rd. We've prepared a short memo for you, which is on the dais in front of you, and I'm going to walk you through that. At their July 23rd meeting, the Council considered two items, the approval of the Parcel A FDP and then the approval of the Parcel C mural scrim, and both items are subject for a call for review before you tonight. Regarding the Parcel A FDP, on a 6-0 vote with Chair Moss excused, the Planning Commission approved the Parcel A FDP, which consists of 167 residential units. 29 of those units were studios, 52 of which are one bedrooms, 69 of which are two bedrooms, 17 of which are three bedrooms, for the total of 167. Regarding key Commission comments, the Commission was generally happy with the design improvements, including the choice of materials, proposed unit mix, and family-friendly design of the 2- and 3-bedroom units. The Commission agreed with the staff conditions of approval regarding improving family-friendly features of some of the units, and the Commission also made minor changes to the conditions of approval to make design refinements to include pedestrian lighting at the crosswalk similar to that on San Pablo Avenue, and adding adult amenities to the project. I'm going to come to the dais here. At your prior meeting, the City Council asked for some additional information whenever residential projects are brought before you, and namely, the Council had asked that there be some sort of analysis about how the project that had been approved fits into the overall unit mix of the city as a whole. And that's what this table is showing you. So at the top line there, you're seeing the year 2000 U.S. Census data. As you'll see, the table goes across, breaking down studios and live works, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom units by total numbers and by percentages. Starting with the 2000 census data, and then the projects that the city has a history of, we have the in-house history of from the year 2000 to 2014. We have the cumulative total of roughly 6,500 units in the breakdown that you're seeing there. Based on that, if you go into the next section with the projects that are in the pipeline, these are either projects that are currently occupied, under construction, or have been approved but not yet constructed yet. You come down to the subtotal of approximately 957 units in the breakdown that you see there. If you add the cumulative total up top with the cumulative total, with the subtotal below, you have the cumulative total of 7,480 units. Which is all of the projects up to this point. If you then add the Marketplace Parcel A project into that, you'll see that Marketplace adds the 167 units in the breakdown that you see across the table. As a result, the cumulative total of city housing units, including Parcel A, is the cumulative total crossing the bottom there. The thing that we would like to highlight is that with the addition of the Marketplace Parcel A FDP, the number of 2- and 3-bedroom units increases overall from 32.1% to 32.3% for 2 bedrooms, 6.5 to 6.6% overall for 3 bedrooms. This is the staff's response to what Council has asked in terms of further analysis. analysis. So you'll
Thank
be
you.
seeing a table like this in the future for all residential projects
Thank you.
that have been approved by the Planning
That's
Commission.
great to have that.
With that, I'll note that the final day for the City Council to call an item for review is this Friday. So if the Council wishes to call an item for review, this is your opportunity to do so.
I understand, Jack, you have a question
Mayor,
or a
I see
comment?
the applicant is here, and I have a couple of questions, if I could just ask those. Nathan?
Sure.
Thank you. One that just came to mind as I'm reading the staff summary is that adult amenities were added to the project. What are those?
I believe at the Planning Commission, I'm not sure the nature of but during the Planning Commission review, I think we were listing out the different amenities that were there, and I think the Planning Commission had asked if we could label and identify them. They weren't
Okay, they were
labeled
already
as
there.
clearly. They were already there, so
Okay.
we didn't add anymore. It was just making them more clear.
Okay, thank you. And then a couple of other things. I think everyone is particularly sensitive to balconies and development right now. And in watching the Planning Commission meeting, I noticed that the balconies look to be glass, and it's very near the railroad where there will be lots of reverberations. And so if you could just tell me a little bit about, what Avalon Bay does to ensure the safety of the balconies, what you're doing maybe in the wake of what happened in Berkeley.
Sure. Well, maybe I'll start off by saying first that Avalon Bay, we do own and operate our own buildings, and for the long term, so we don't generally build them just to sell them right away. So we do have that long-term ownership care and our own in-house managers. So that is one built-in kind of factor for how we take care of our properties. Secondly, we also build our own properties. So we're our own general contractors, so we actually take that care as well to help balance out the fact that we own it. We want to make sure we build it, and we try to do all the necessary care to code and sometimes beyond to cover that. Beyond that, or with that process, with our architect, we design the balconies to code. We'll pay extra attention, knowing what's happened, and that really gets into some of the details and the waterproofing designs that are part of it, and the inspections. So, what we will do, and if we need to, we may take on, and sometimes dependent on areas of design and issues that are there, we'll take on a third-party reviewer, as part of our design team to just, we'll have our architect, we'll have our waterproofing consultant, and we may pull in somebody else just to check and make sure that from a design, construction, and inspection
Hang on a
standpoint.
sec. The noise is a little distracting. Could you close that door?
Thank you. And then one more thing, I know someone who toured your development near the Berkeley Amtrak station, and that person was very impressed with the parking scheme and the parking amenities there. And so with 167 residential units on Parcel A, can you tell me what the parking is there?
So if they've toured and this is our...
The one at Addison?
Yeah, Addison, Avalon, Berkeley, I think we call it, by the railroad tracks. So similarly, we will have, I believe, and Bob's here, he could correct me, 220 or so spaces that are for the 167 units. I'm going to just say this, and Bob, raise your hand. Approximately two-thirds are in the same configuration as what was seen at Berkeley. So what we have included there are what we call the puzzler lifts. And so they're actually very unique and very interesting and actually kind of cool, I think. So what that does is it allows parking to stack on top of each other.
Right.
But if you're familiar with the stackers that you see, whether it's in New York or maybe even some places in San Francisco, those are kind of mechanical, and they're just one on top of each other. These are actually, they're designed in a way I call them puzzlers, because if you kind of think of a row of 5 and another row of 5, there's an empty slot, and it's a bit like a little vending machine. If you have your garage door, you'll stand in front of that garage space, you hit your button, and behind the wall, the cars will move itself around in a way that your car will open up into your spot. And it happens actually pretty efficiently and fairly quickly, and it's becoming, a little more prevalent in different areas.
I've seen something like that in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And so the parking ratios at the Addison development, are those lower than the ones you have planned for Parcel A?
I don't recall exactly. I haven't. I wanted, Jeff, do you know? They're about the same, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nathan.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks. So, this is an information item, but there's an opportunity here if we want to do anything with this, so I don't hear anything coming from council. So thank you for that report. And I don't see very many